Moving on to Manchester City, Pep Guardiola said that Man City are going to find out about the 115 charges decision as soon as February or March. Does that seem right? It feels like we thought it would be a little bit later than that.
Yeah, I think it will be a little bit later. Look, Pep obviously, is the football manager. He's not the head of legal. I'm sure there'll have been discussions and they'll have briefed him of what they're thinking. But still, his word is not the definitive situation, I don't think, on this. I do think it'll be much nearer to Easter. That's where I think we're going to see the initial adjudication. And then, of course, we get into the whole situation of appeals and all the rest of it. So, still a long way to go as far as I can see on this situation.
And there are rumors that one of the judges in the 115 charges case is an Arsenal fan. Could this be a problem? Will he be replaced? I mean, we've already seen all sorts of issues with the Premier League referees this season.
No, look, it's been that story's been out for a long time. It's Murray Rosen, KC, King's Counsel, who is declared as an Arsenal fan, and I think it was obviously declared at the time when he was appointed. He's of impeccable standing and stature, so I don't think there'll be any issue around that. I mean, if we were to stop KCs who are judging things depending on which club they support, I think we'd run out of people very quickly. So I think we've got to accept that and move on and accept the fact that he's a man of upstanding character.
Well, here's probably the craziest question I've ever asked you on the show, but Pep Guardiola is unsackable, right? Because obviously this run of form is as poor as we've seen almost any Big Six club go on in as long as I can remember.
Yeah, look, I've been a lot of people have been asking me this recently, and I do believe that he is actually unsackable. I think if he was to leave, it would be his choice. I think he may resign if he was to get to that situation. I don't think we're there yet, but I do think he's actually unsackable. Yes, and I think it would be his choice. And I think Pep is clever enough to know when it's time to go. And even though he signed a contract extension, he may suddenly decide, look, I need a rest, and he is showing signs of being burnt out to a degree. But listen, he's given City some incredible years and seasons and some parts of football and things that they could never have expected. So yes, I think from the club's point of view, he probably is unsackable.
And what type of funds might be available to Pep in January? Obviously, Man City never seemed to have any PSR issues. They seem to have very balanced books. So could they go out and spend quite a bit of money this January?
They could do. I mean, look, you're right. They've got very good leeway for PSR right now. But of course, it's the old problem that we always speak about is the January window. Getting the quality players that you need is going to be very difficult. And it is always hard to find high quality players in January. If you do get them, you've got to pay way over the odds. And it's the fact most of them aren't really available because the clubs they're at are either pushing forward or are going to be in a relegation battle themselves. So January window's a hard one, and I don't see City adding too much. Maybe a couple of players is what I think that the maximum that we'll see at City. They've got to look at their injuries, see who's coming back. Rodrigo hopefully will be starting to show some signs of fitness. So they've got to get that squad back fit and firing again is the big thing. And I don't think bringing in new signings in January is going to be the answer.